Hello there! Welcome to Crescent Panda Studios AniVlog. A shout out to my uncle in Las Vegas, Nevada, Rex Ricarte, radio host of Maganang Morning America from PHLV Radio. Link to their channel is on the description below. New to this channel? Haven't subscribed yet? There's a red bar below with the text subscribe. Click that and the thumbs up icon and good things will happen. Not to you, but to me. Yesterday, as I was browsing YouTube for stand-up comedy to invigorate my depressed brain cells, I stumbled upon multiple comedians and that talk about their millennial children. The funny thing was, someone was talking about their 18-year-old child who she had problems about, complaining about this and that to their millennial brain-dead troublemaker. The video was posted maybe a year ago, so let's say the video was made between 2019 to 2022. Here comes a problem. Let's say the 18-year-old teenager, born 18 years before 2019, which is 2001, which is the generation of Gen Zs, which means that the brain-dead 18-year-old teenager wasn't even a freaking millennial. And yes, I am a millennial. That's why I get annoyed when people call themselves millennials and bring bad and negative conceptions about my generation, which is already bad enough, making it worse. Come on guys, stop generalizing your children to be a millennial. Just because your child is using smartphones and always facing the computer doesn't mean your child is a millennial. When I was born, cell phones weren't even introduced in my country yet. What we had back then were telephones, ones without the buttons. It was using the rotary dial. When we had to call, we had to rotate that round plate object that has holes in it. And each call charges you money per minute, no unlimited calls like the ones today. So, if your child is dancing on TikTok, posts daily feelings on social media platforms, uploads picture on Instagram every now and then, does the eyeball roll and says, whatever, is allergic to peanuts and complains about being oppressed by society, doesn't necessarily mean that they are millennials. So how do we determine millennials, centennials, and whatnot? The easiest way is to look at this graph produced by researchers. As you can see on the graph, millennials are born from 1981 to 1996, meaning if your child's age is currently 26 to 41 years old, then he or she is a certified millennial or Generation Y. Now, if your children are aged 25 and below, they're either Generation Z or Generation Alpha. Again, 26 to 41, millennial. 25 and below, not a millennial. Gets? Good. Now let's badmouth the millennials. As the general populace had said, millennials are the worst generation. I'm not gonna argue with that. It's true. We are the worst generation. Aren't you a millennial? Why are you against yourself now? Why you do this? Why? Relax and listen to my explanation/opinion first. Millennials are sandwiched between 2 or maybe 3 generations, which makes us the generation of transition. Our parents would either be from Gen X or the younger baby boomers. Gen X and baby boomers lived in the old generation who had old ideals. Not all of them, but most of them. Only these years are they blending in with the latest generation. Cause it's like this. When you're old enough, like really old enough, you get to go back to your younger state. even to the point when you start to wear diapers again. So now, baby boomers and Gen X are actually acting like Gen Zs or Gen Alphas. Back to millennials. We are, or we were, in a dilemma of choosing which generation ideals should we go to. The old ideals or the modern ideals. In the end, we became three groups. One group went to embrace the old ideals and the old ways of the boomers and Gen X. Another group went to embrace the modern ideals of the Gen Zs. Meanwhile, the third group went to make their own ideals. Millennials have become a diverse generation. So diverse that we can also be called generation of confused people. Like what happened to the Tower of Babel in the Bible. We are so confused that other generations watching and observing us also gets confused. In the end, we got labeled as the worst generation because they don't know how to distinguish us anymore. Even millennials themselves don't know that they are millennials. Mind-blowing. But fret not, my co-millennial people. There are famous millennials out there that would make us proud. Here's a list of millennials who made name for themselves and are successful in their own way. First on the list is Josh Groban, my favorite singer, known for his song You Raised Me Up. He's an American singer, songwriter, musician, actor, and record producer, and he was charted in 2007 as #1 best-selling artist in the United States. Next is Jennifer Lawrence. You didn't know she is a millennial, right? Yeah, she is a millennial. And Jessica Alba. Oh, you didn't know? Now you know. She is a certified millennial. Are you familiar with the name Harry Potter and Hermione Granger? Yeah, Harry Potter was filmed in our generation, and Daniel Radcliffe and Emma Watson are millennials. How about the Man of Steel, or maybe you know him as Geralt of Rivia? Yup. Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill is a millennial. Yeah, that explains why he's a gamer and he likes Warhammer. Or maybe you prefer MCU instead. So here we have the God of Thunder himself, Thor. Chris Hemsworth is also a millennial. Crystal Yu or Liu Yifei, Mulan, is also a millennial. Or if you've seen Independence Day 2, you've noticed that Asian girl pilot, Angela Baby, she's a millennial. If you like science, ranging from physics to chemistry to behavioral psychology, then you might have seen this guy on YouTube. He is Derek Mueller. He's a physicist, educator, and filmmaker from the channel Veritasium. If you like to cook, then you might have seen this guy on YouTube. He is Joshua Weissman. He loves to cook and he loves to call himself Papa. Next one on the list is someone who is not famous if you live under a rock. Mark Zuckerberg. He's a millennial. Amazing, right? Next one on the list is Stephen He. He calls himself a disappointment and usually cries emotional damage. Last but not the least, we have the rising orange star, Uncle Roger. He's well known for his orange shirt and Asian cuisine reactions and reviews, and he often shouts "Hiya" or "Fuyo," and many more. All these people are millennials that have made their marks in the world. So before you call yourself or call others a millennial, think a bit more or do some research, then shut up if you have nothing good to say. but we accept constructive criticisms, helpful comments, and your money. I have many more things to say, but talking too much is not the way. To those who like my content, please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet. To those who want to support extrinsically, my Patreon or PayPal is on the description below. To those who do not like my content, clicking the like button and subscribing won't hurt you, so just do so. This is Aldrich saying, birds of the same feather is the same bird. Peace.